Are you ready as a Chelsea fan? Are you ready as a Chelsea supporter? Because Chelsea is cooking something very interesting. A while ago, they annihilated AC Milan by putting 4 goals past them. One thing that really pricked my interest is the fact that this Chelsea squad have got so much goals in them. So much goals. And interestingly, the goals are not coming from just one angle. The goals have been dispersed among all the attacking players. Right? Delap is getting goals. Enzo is getting goals. Every single player is getting a goal. That is a really interesting thing if you go into a new season, especially having won the Club World Cup, where everybody is saying that it is not a major trophy, but it boosts your confidence, it boosts your morale as a club. And then to have demolished Bayer Leverkusen 3-1, and then to further add to that bait, demolish AC Milan, a 7-time Champions League winner, by 4-1. If this doesn't give you confidence going into the new season, then I don't know what else is going to give you confidence. But let's look critically at the tactical formation of Chelsea from Enzo Maresca. Chelsea, we know, have been very fluid, especially if they are playing against teams that are, at strength or at par with them when it comes to their strength, when it comes to their depth, when it comes to their players, right? In the 4-2-3-1 system, you realize that Chelsea were very fluid. They were very flamboyant. They were very high pressing. They were very, charismatic when they had the ball. AC Milan had no breathing space. Not because they were not good. Not because they did not understand their tactical position, but just that they were not able. They do not have the prowess. They do not have the tactical disposition to match this Chelsea squad. But in all this, are you happy with Chelsea? Are you happy with what Enzo Maresca is doing? Because the last time Chelsea won the EPL was in 2017. And funny enough, it's been 8 years. The longest since 2005 that Chelsea has not laid their hands on the EPL. And that's an interesting bit because when Abramovich came to the club in 2004, up to 2017, we are always contending. We are, because I'm a Chelsea supporter myself. So we've been contenders for the EPL. We have been there, we have been close severally. So for the past 8 years, we have not been able to win. Are we happy as Chelsea supporters? Notwithstanding the fact that we have bought the most out of every single club in England since Todd Boehly came as owner. Remember when Todd Boehly came as owner? The first season we bought close to 1 billion. Up to now, we've bought close to 2 billion worth of players, but with nothing to show for it. So going into the new season, I am very optimistic. I am very, very, very optimistic. Not because of anything, but because we've been able to channel our energy, our positive energy, into winning the Club World Cup and into having a very good preseason. So if preseason is anything to go by, if preseason is anything to, justifiably say that preseason is going to give you a good season, then I can say confidently that going into the 2025-2026 season, I see Chelsea causing an upset. I know a lot of pundits have written Chelsea off. They say the best Chelsea could achieve this season is probably, qualify for the Champions League. But qualifying for the Champions League is not good enough for Chelsea. Qualifying for the Champions League is the bare minimum Chelsea could achieve in the coming season. The main trophy, the main target coming into the season 2025-2026 is to win the EPL and then go far in the Champions League round. If I say we are going to win the Champions League, that is going to be far-fetched. That is going to be far-fetched. But what has not been done? In 2012, we never had a chance. We won it against Bayern in Munich. In 2021, nobody gave us a chance. We won against Man City. So yes, when Chelsea is written off, that is when they prove people wrong. That is when they show their best. So is the 2025-2026 season going to be the same thing where almost every pundit, where almost everybody believes that Chelsea is not going to have a solid season because they will not be capable of winning the EPL? Is it a year where Chelsea is going to, dismiss that hoodoo and then go on to win the EPL because we have been starved for so long? We have been very, very starved, right? And for the past 2 seasons, our main problem as a club has not been tactical, has not been technical. It has been how to put the balls at the back of the net. The balls at the back of the net. Because the job is going to be done. The job is going to be done. And then our striker, I don't want to mention his name, because the last time Mikel Obi spoke about him, he got angry. But you have forgotten that Chelsea is a big club for you not to be playing with our hearts. Because as a striker, you can in a single match get 4 or 5 chances and then you score 1. No. You are not supposed to be wearing the jersey of Chelsea if you are not an elite striker. Because watch our history. We have had Denis Suarez, we have had Didier Drogba, we have had Didier Diego Costa, we have had Aubameyang, we've had Fernando Torres. We have some of the best strikers in the league. So if you are coming to Chelsea as a centre forward, if you are playing for Chelsea as a centre forward, it is your nuance, it is your responsibility to get us the goals to win Champions Leagues. It is your responsibility to get us the goals to win us trophies, like Drogba did in 2012. Chelsea winning the Champions League in 2012 was dependent on Didier Drogba. So if Nicolas Jackson is not going to do the same thing for us, then I don't see the reason for which he's playing for Chelsea. Because as a striker, if you get 2 chances, you score 1. For you to become an elite striker. And Chelsea have always been known to have some of the most elite, some of the most deadliest strikers on the continent. And that has been our major bane. Defensively, we've been a bit solid because our captain is back. You know, Reece James is back. One of the best right backs in the game currently. We have Chalobah, our central defender, very solid at best. So our defensive third is also solid. Caicedo has been fantastic since last season. His first season was shambolic. First season was that poor because of the price tag. You understand? I mean, if you jump the ship from Brighton to Chelsea for 120 million pounds, the price tag is going to weigh on you. But the second season was fantastic. I mean, ball recoveries, his ball carrying, his ability to withstand the pressure for opposing players, fantastic. So our defensive third, we are solid there, and that aspect as well. We've been known to have great players in that aspect. We've had Claude Makelele. We have Michael Essien. We have Mikel Obi. So we have been good in that aspect. And then our attacking third as well. We have Enzo. One of the best attacking players in world football you will see. And justifiably so. Our matches against Bayer Leverkusen and AC Milan today, after having scored 7-1 in both matches, it just indicates that what? Defensively we are good. Attacking wise we are good. It's not left for the coach to fine-tune this squad going into the season. So the question is always going to remain, what is the target that is being set for Enzo Maresca? Is it to qualify for the Champions League? Is it to win the FA Cup? Is it to win the EPL? Or is it to go far in the Champions League? What are the targets? As a Chelsea supporter, what do you want Chelsea to win? What are your expectations for Chelsea coming into the season? Will winning the FA Cup be enough? Will winning the Carabao be enough? Will winning the EPL be the ultimate? Because if you are competing as a Chelsea, competing in the Premier League, the ultimate is the most important thing. Because we've been starved for a long time. 8 years. 8 solid years without winning the trophy. And we spent close to 2 billion. So if you can justify the outlay that Todd Boehly and Clearly Capital have done in the club, then of what use is spending so much money? I don't think there's a use for spending such money if you are not able, to either win the Champions League, win the EPL, and then win the FA Cup, probably. But apart from that, the football must be pleasing. And Maresca has demonstrated that he can play beautiful football and win. You don't necessarily play beautiful football and not win, because the two marry each other. When you win by playing beautiful football, when you play by playing football that are pleasing to the goals, that is when the supporters will be happy. At the end of the day, we have to get our 3 points. We have to see beautiful football being played. That is the essence of football. That is the essence of football. So tactically, we are good. Either in the 4-3-3, either in the 4-2-3-1, no matter the tactical variations that Enzo Maresca would want to employ or deploy, we are good. Because we have young players that are willing to work. We have players that are willing, to work. Because we have Champions League winners in that squad. We have World Cup winners in that squad. We have Club World Cup winners in that squad. They have tasted success, so they have to be hungry. They have to be hungrier for more success, because we are not a mid-table club where, you know, at the end of the day you just pick your paycheck and you're happy. No, we have to be competing. We have to be at the top echelon of English football, as we were in the early 2000s and the mid 2000s. You know, so rightly, as a Chelsea supporter, I ask you humbly, what do you want? Is it to win the Champions League, to win the FA Cup, to win the Carabao Cup, or you are just comfortable qualifying for the Champions League, as Arsenal is known for? What is your wish? Comment and let me know what you think.